G'day fellas, welcome back. In today's race we're racing for the German profile once again, doing a little bit of FIA Manufacturers proper C-grade lobby. We're finally starting to move ahead in this profile. I only race the FIA races in it, so I don't get the world's most amount of practice, but here it is on the opening hot lap. Now we're going to cross the line in about a minute 13 or something like that. Good enough for P3 at the time. Now here we go to start my second hot lap. You should be able to get about 3 hot laps I think in this qualifying, and race very slowly, goes very quickly into the side. So we're going to have another go, put it on another set of tyres, and as we came down to the first split, there's a bloke sitting in the middle of the road coming for me. Oh my god, he's coming right at me, and that puts me off. Miss the apex, miss the corner, a little bit sideways, and that lap does not improve anything. Finish the session in 4th, but not for long, as the Demon Lord misses out on pole by 13 thousandths of a second. Time for the main game. Now during the race I was feeling a little bit groggy, had a few too many brown bombers last night. So this race gets raced at about 11 o'clock New Zealand time in Auckland. The blokes we're going to meet today, Rembrandt. I'm not sure if it's the actual Rembrandt or just the PSN ID. Demon Lord, not really going to meet him, but he'll make a guest appearance. Thymo out of P3. Myself out of P5. And Leo Moto in the Audi TT out of 6, with a guest appearance from D-Speed out of 12th. May or may not hang around for that long, that fella. Now as we get the race underway, I have the worst start you could ever think of. Don't ask me what I was thinking, but we change up straight on the button, so already we're losing time to Skywalker. Maybe not using as much force as he could. Leo Moto gets the move done down into turn 1. Now the idea is to stick with him as Ultra Kex tries to slip it up the inside as well. Not very successful. Now we're already making moves on Leo Moto. I want to get that P5 back by the end of the lap, as Skywalker gets a penalty up there. Leo Moto with a touch better drive. As the first lap settles down already, we've got a second over Ultra Kex already, so P6 should be sorted. Lining up Ultra Moto here, we're going to get a move on him, but no, he just blocks me. I decide to hit him up the rear rather than back off. Not sure if that was a good move. Feels at this point that I'm going to get a run on him down into turn 1. Get some of that beautiful GT Sport slipstream, as I just miss out on getting that P5 back by the end of the lap. Skywalker donates it to me on lap 2 though. We don't get the move done on Leo Moto, which is surprises you as much did me. I thought that was a done deal when I came onto that straight. Now not a whole lot happens on lap 2. We sort of close in, and once again we don't get the move done, so we're going to shoot down into turn 1 on lap 3. As you can see, still haven't got the move done, but we tee up turn 2 perfectly to get a run on Leo Moto out of there. We get right up on his rear bar here into turn 3. Thought I might have been able to get a move done there. Not to be. As you can see, 1, 2 and 3 are still in sight, about 4.5 seconds up the road. I really didn't want to lose touch with the leaders. I felt in qualifying I probably could have done a bit better had I sorted my shit out and got a decent lap in. Leo Moto looks a little weak through here, so once again we're going to close up right on the tail towards the end of the lap. Now I should get the slipstream this time. Don't worry, he's ran wide. Not going to require the slipstream. And as we move into lap 4, I move into position 4 as we drag him down the straight. Gonna hang him around the outside. Hopefully that will ruin his run into turn 2. Push him wide. And as we lift off and glide through turn 2, I think that job's done and he drops 6/10 off. Now it's time to put the head down and go and chase after the blokes up the front. Rembrandt was on pole, he's already back down to P3, so he's got himself a mischief. Maybe the best part of 3 seconds up the road, as we're going to start hunting him down. As the jump cut is made, we find ourselves at the beginning of lap 6. The hunting has been successful and we're around a second away from Thermos and Rembrandt as they swap positions. We're drawing ourselves ever closer as these guys battle. The Demon Lord has dropped us somewhat. We're back down to 6.5 seconds off the lead. But this is the position I was hoping to find myself in, battling for a podium. As we have a quick check of the tyre condition, we're running the softs for the first stint. Not sure what tactics I wanted to run. I just wanted to get close. I was going to go softs and softs. And as we come around here, I put the left-hand rear wheel on the grass, a big slide, and now I am really confused. Do I swap to a 2-stop strategy? Do I go for a 1-stop and go to the mediums? What do I do? And as we come around this corner, I notice both of these guys are going to pull into the pits. So I follow them in, and I'm guessing they're going to go onto the mediums. Now I feel I'm a little bit of a quicker driver than them, so if I do the same strategy, I should be able to beat them at it. As we pull out of the pits, D-Speed flies past for his cameo. Now I didn't think this was going to be much of a problem, but as we come down into turn 2, Rembrandt and Thymo are tangling with him, and I think, oh yeah, that's beautiful, I'm going to catch this pack and battle them, but no, now I'm tangled with D-Speed. Give him a little bump, he comes back to return the favour, and I can just see Thermos and Rembrandt pulling away as D-Speed wants to battle for P8 and P7. The temper is raising rather quickly at this point, and I'm trying to work out how I'm going to get past him without losing any more time. As we just look into the distance, those two blokes are pulling away easy as pie. Now we do D-Speed there with a cheeky go in really shallow, come out really wide. Didn't really matter anyway because I believe he's about to pull into the pits. And someone ahead has picked up a penalty. A little bit of red rag to a bull as we see Leo Moto come out on his possibly 1-stopper. He's gone half race distance before he puts some new treads on. Now we look to have him covered. He's a 1.5 seconds behind, as it looks like Rembrandt in front has picked up a penalty. Now this could be, I could be thanking the gods right now, as that's going to bring him back into my clutches and I might at least be able to fight for a podium once these pit stops shake themselves out. Thermos or Thymos, however we're going to pronounce that, maybe we'll pronounce it differently every time we say it. He seems to have gapped Rembrandt here, and there's another couple of blokes getting in the way. So we're lap 8, we're over half race distance. I've changed to the mediums. Like I said, I was copying the blokes in front, and hopefully I can just drive the tyre a bit better than they do. Now this penalty is going to bring Rembrandt back into my clutches. I believe it was about a 1.5 second sort of penalty. I'm going to move to the inside. Rembrandt moves to the inside to block. I have to go even further, and I believe I hit him. I'm not too sure. His car jumps like I hit him, but my car doesn't seem to suffer a speed penalty. As we go shallow in there, Rembrandt tries to get aggressive, pushes me out onto the grass, hits me again. At this point, I just want to hold this P3. hopefully settle down and start pulling away from him. For a split second there it got up to 7/10 and I thought the job was done and we can start hunting Thymos, but that wasn't to be. Poor drive out of there allows Rembrandt to close back in. 6 laps to go, the tyres are still looking brand new, they feel alright, not as much grip as the softs. I'm just hoping to drive away, get over the 1 second buffer so Rembrandt doesn't have the slipstream. And this corner has been ever tricky for me, as it feels like I get it completely wrong and Rembrandt sticks it up the inside, pushes me out into the wall, and it looks like the battle is still on here. Last of the late breakers, he must have come from a little while back, but I did leave the door open. I believe I wanted all the drive for this straight so I could get well out of his slipstream, but that wasn't to be, and Leo Moto, with all this battling, has joined the party. We're going to see him enter the picture now, up the inside. And so from P3 to P5, I think I've got Leo Moto covered as I do the old cutback. But no, Leo hangs it round the outside and starts pulling away. And the tempers begin to flare once again. I feel like I've been super hard done by. Maybe a little bit, maybe not. Was it fair? In the replay it looks a hell of a lot fairer than it did while I was live. And I start to drop these guys already. Now I think it's because I'm getting all antsy in the pantsy. So it's time to put the head back down, put in a nice couple of laps. We know Leo Moto's not the strongest through there, which will help me close and then hopefully get the slipstream down the straight. And I have a quick look at the leaderboard, and that sends me off the track. That's what you don't do. You don't take your eyes off the road. I did, and a lap later we are 5.7 seconds off the back of Leo Moto. My race is all but done. I've got a 10-second buffer over Ultra Kex, and it's at this point I think the race is done. As we cross the line, that's down to 5.2, so Leo Moto mustn't have got much drive out of there. A lap later it's 4 seconds. A lap later it's 2.7 seconds. Now 2 laps to go, 2.7. I need to cut a second and a half out of him, and I do. When we begin the final lap, it is 1.2 seconds the difference as we get on board live again for the final lap. Leo Moto's tyres must be screaming they've had enough. It's gentle through here, try and close it, no bit too sideways, not much grip on the rear axle. Leo Moto has a little bit of a shuffle. Feeling like I'm going to close through here, but I haven't closed enough. It's still sitting at 1.1. I'm about to give up, but don't give up, just keep it tidy. Out to 1.4. Fifth is going to have to do. But we know we're coming up to the part of the track where Leo Moto is not the strongest. Now I'm going to try and tuck it through here, run it all the way to the grass, get a nice line, go wide, come back in, hit the apex, and there it is, Leo Moto's graze of the wall. Am I going to be able to get close enough? Take a nice wide line so we get the drive, and right now Leo Moto has run wide. Is he going to give me this position? Is there enough room to get the overtake done? I thought he was going to come across from the block, a complete block, he doesn't. And there we go, we pick up 4th. What a day, what a race. What could have been if I didn't take my eyes off the road. Have a feeling I lost about 5 seconds there. So maybe we could have battled with Rembrandt. P4, I'm pretty stoked with that. At the start of the day I was thinking maybe I could be on pole, maybe a podium. Started P5, was really hoping for that podium, but after a couple of shaky laps around lap 10 and 11, I'm comfortable with 4th, and that was a solid C grade lobby. Do have a B grade in one of my profiles, but we're only doing FIA here, so every time I have a bad race I'm back down to D almost instantly. So we've climbed up nearly 200 points for that race, not too bad. But that's going to be the end of the video as we take a look at the final results. And I'll catch you fellas later. Won't be a video for a couple of weeks as I head back to Oz. but I'll see you shortly after that.